Welcome to Awesome Video Game Memories, where we talk about awesome memories about video games. I'm Ryan.
I'm Damian.
And we're here to talk today about Diablo 2.
We'll just start with this one because I have a lot of stories about this.
Yeah, you have a lot of stories. Well, I'll kind of start. When the game first came out in 2000, I didn't know if my computer could run it because I had a Pentium 1 150 megahertz. So, it could play the original Diablo, but I didn't know if it could play 2. So I kind of stayed away from 2 until 2006 when I finally upgraded my computer.
I think that's when I finally started playing around 2006 as well, because I was never like on the edge. I never had like the console right away when it was new. I never, and then like PC gaming, that was like my first PC game I got into.
Right.
And then when I got to the expansion, it had already been out. But yeah, I remember playing that on my E-machine.
You have an E-machine? You had an E-machine?
Yeah, I still have that E-machine.
Oh my god.
It still works. It's a Frankenstein, but it still works.
Those things were like $1,000 when they came out.
Yeah, but it came, like, I didn't know any better. Like, that was like, hey guys, I really want this. Can we, like, instead of giving me several presents, just get one thing and I'll help pitch in two? Like, that was my Christmas gift. Yeah.
Well, just as long as you could play Diablo 2 on it, right?
Yo, I didn't even get it planning on playing games. I just, like, I wanted a computer. And, I remember having to gift wrap my own E-machine. But it was a cheap E-machine. It had an Athlon 2 processor, I think.
Now that's old school right there.
I don't even remember how much little RAM it had originally.
Probably like 16 gig.
No, you can't.
No, 16 gigs is like...
That's massive. I don't think motherboards could handle that much back in the day. Maybe they could, I don't know, but that's a lot. No,
16 megs. There you go.
256, maybe about 12, I don't know.
Well, anyways, yeah, I remember when Diablo 2 came out, everybody was playing this game, and I felt left out because my computer just could not run this thing.
Oh, that feeling. For me, it was different. Like, all my friends were talking about it, and they would talk to, like, I actually knew girls back then. No, they would, like, we'd meet different people, like, random people, and they'd be like, oh, you know Diablo? And they would start talking.
Yeah.
And I was just finally like, alright, enough's enough. What is this Diablo?
Yeah, I actually remember this Korean couple met on Diablo 2 and got married because of that.
Dang.
I wonder if they're still together.
Probably not. Don't use it. That's true. But yeah, Diablo 2, I got into it way late, and the expansion had already been out. And I remember seeing the Druid class and it transformed into a werewolf. It wasn't like Wild Druid where it transformed into bear, even though you can, or a bear or cat. It was a bear or a werewolf. And I remember you can have your own pack of wolves. And I was like, I didn't even want to play any other class before.
Oh, really?
And that was before I learned the class wasn't that viable. Like, you could play it up to a certain level, and after that, it's crap.
Oh man, yeah. When I first started playing, I just kind of went with a generic, like, paladin class. What about you?
Druid.
Oh, Druid.
I was like, werewolf? Sold.
Yeah, what I remember about this game was, I remember the original Diablo, if you kill all the monsters on a floor, like, they don't come back. But what's great about Diablo 2 is you can play and the monsters respawn, which is very easy to gain experience.
And the random generated maps.
Yeah.
But that was online only. You could play it offline, and then, you wouldn't have the monsters respawn.
Right, exactly. I remember, like, the first chapter where you go back to the town for the first game, Tristram. It's all in ruins. Griswold's a zombie. Like you probably remember that, but
I remember that, and I remember opening town portal, trying to kill Griswold for the first time, and having to run back and forth to town portals because he hit hard.
Yeah, he did.
If you didn't know what you were doing, you died a lot on Griswold.
I know. Yeah, I died a lot too.
And then there was a little area with Deckard Cain. Oh, first time meeting Deckard Cain, I was like, who is this guy? Yeah. Deckard Cain? He's a dick. But the little area with the fire in there, I used to always like, why am I dying? I was standing in the fire.
Right. Yeah. I also remember. I remember the second chapter in the desert. Like, you had to kill these, like, beetles.
The lightning bugs.
Yeah, the lightning bugs. I hated those things.
You know what? Lightning was okay with me. It was always slowing effects, frost and slow, because I played the werewolf a lot.
Yeah.
And it really slowed his attack speed, and that always got me.
Yeah, because I remember also in that desert level, if you wanted to find the boss, like that random, like the random generator. Like I had to go all over the desert to find, like which one is the boss.
last part we have to go into the other dimension.
Yeah.
But you had to go into the right chamber.
Yeah,
to get the right portal. You can actually like look in the quest tracker, even though I didn't even know there was a quest tracker until like way later, and it shows you which chamber to go into, like the symbol. But back in the day, I would just go into all of them and guess and hope I was right, because I never bothered reading the quest or really. Yeah. What's funny is like even though I didn't read the quest or anything, like I still like the story like better for Diablo 2 than 3.
yeah, I can agree there.
But yeah, man, lots of hours just spent lost, like tracking back and forth with the map open. Like, what did I miss? Looking for that little detail, that like the little opening or whatever that you missed.
Yeah, also like Diablo 2 was way bigger than Diablo 1, so it was very easy to get lost in this game. And you wanted to explore every single corner too.
No, not after a while. After a while, I was just like, no, just give it to the next level.
I know. Yeah, I remember the third chapter not being as hard as the second. I think that's the chapter where you...
The jungle with the flares? Are you kidding me? The little fetish flares guys? Yeah. Running around with the knives? No, those guys killed me all the time.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, I was a paladin, so it wasn't that hard for me.
Oh, that was druid. I didn't know any better. They would run around and just like stab me and kill me all the time. Those guys are nasty.
Yeah, like, was that the chapter also where you had to fight one of Diablo's brothers?
That's the end. I think you fought Diablo himself.
Yeah, I remember you fought Diablo himself at the end, because, he was...
Who'd you fight first, Mephisto or Diablo?
I actually think you fight Mephisto, because I think you fight Baal in the expansion.
Yeah, Baal was in the expansion.
Yeah, so Mephisto was in Diablo 2. And I remember he wasn't too hard.
Neither was Diablo.
Yeah, Diablo was pretty easy.
Well, it depends on what level you're talking about. The first level, yeah. The game definitely gets a lot harder.
Yeah,
especially
exactly.
Start moving up in the tiers.
So on the expansion, I actually never finished the expansion.
Why not? I'm like, why not?
I don't know. I was in college at the time, so I had to study for tests rather than play Diablo 2. Then I just kind of let it go by the wayside.
What studying? Dude, I remember losing my life to Diablo. Like when even though I jumped in late in the game, there was still a healthy amount of people playing. There was a healthy amount of trading. There was a healthy amount of grouping, and it was weird because once again, I've never been in the forefront of the game. I've always been catching up. Right. So I'm like, what's this chat room?
What's this chat room? Huh?
What are people talking about?
Get out of here, noob.
yeah, definitely noob. And I remember my friends that I would play, I remember calling them on three-way and putting my phone on speakerphone before I knew about TeamSpeak and all that. I would be like, hey, so what do I do now? How do I start a room? I remember having to be handheld on what to do, how to play the game, all through speakerphone.
Yeah, that's definitely old school, man. Yeah, because when this game was new and all my friends were playing, they're like, "Hey Ryan, do you have Diablo 2 yet?" I'm like, "No, because my computer can't run it." They're like, "You newbie."
I remember playing on 56K. I legitimately played it on 56K. And it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad on a 56K.
No, it wasn't that bad. Every now and then you would get lag. And I remember talking to my friends who had DS. I was like, why are you catch up, hurry up. Catch up, hurry up. Oh man. See, this game brings back a lot of memories. Because I told you, the three-way thing, I don't know if you remember, but back in the day you had to wait till after 8 or 9 o'clock to use it whenever your free minutes. Yeah. So I was just waiting for the clock to turn, just to call them up and hey, what do I do now? I don't even remember the first time you came across Rakanishu.
It sounds familiar.
The little imp.
Yeah.
He just runs around, he's crazy, he's just Rakanishu. I don't know how many times I've died to him.
Oh really? Yeah. I think I died to him a lot too.
Because he gets depending on what random enchantment he has, he can be difficult.
Oh man.
But yeah, I'm telling you, I lost a lot of my life to this game.
Oh, were you able to find the secret cow level?
Yeah. After someone told me how to do it.
Yeah, I remember that.
The secret cow level. Oh man, what a trip! I was obsessed with it because all the cows, they would just run around and be like moo moo, moo moo. So I started doing that in real life.
Oh really?
And I'd be out around with my friends and we'd be like at Walmart or Target, and I would just start mooing because you separate, and I would just start mooing to try and find them. And it's like moo 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 moo,
hey,
moo moo, and then like you just hear like a random moo.
So it's basically Diablo 2 in real life in Walmart.
Oh no. And then the girlfriend at the time, like, she got so used to it. Like, whenever she wanted to be cute with me, she would, like, randomly moo at me. Because I would randomly moo. Like, I started randomly mooing at people. Oh, God, there's so many memories. My favorite cow level memory, though, is I got a friend into it.
Right.
And he was brand new, and he didn't know what he was doing, really. And we kind of, like, he was holding his hand, playing the game, and we took him to a cow level.
Okay, cool.
And my friend was playing a Necromancer, so he raced the dead. So he raised a bunch of cows.
Oh shit.
So he had a cow army, and we all teleported back into town. And he started freaking out because he thought the cows followed us into town. He didn't realize that my friend had a cow army of raised dead.
Right.
And he was just panicking like, what do I do? The cows followed me back.
Shit.
Just freaking out
everywhere.
over like a crappy speakerphone. Oh man.
Yeah, like I never really got to play it online because in 2006, like not many people were playing it at the time.
I don't know, man. Not too long ago, I reinstalled and people are still playing.
Okay.
I don't know, but that was never a game, like, for me, I'm not really social.
Yeah, I mean, I just played for single player.
Yeah, but that's not really a game where, like, you play with a lot of people. Oh, unless you're my friend. Like, the guy who freaked out about the cow level.
Yeah.
He kind of sucked at the game. It wasn't good. So he figured he was gonna just do other stuff, and he started trading a lot.
Oh, really?
There was like special rooms where people would just go in and trade gear, and eventually he got like all of his really good sets.
Oh, nice.
Because all he did was trade. He's like, I'm not good at the game. I'm not gonna get really far. So let me go get the best gear in the game. Like he started with like I forget what he started with. He had nothing. He would just like trade like he would go into random people's cow levels,
Right.
and not actually kill the cows. Just be like go in there and like loot all the free stuff that people would leave behind. Because once you were really good, like you would leave blues, gold, like you would leave gear behind.
Okay, cool.
So he would start with that.
This is all new to me, so.
He would start with that, like, and he would like slowly work up, and he got like full sets, dude. Like for my friend's Necromancer, for a friend's Amazon, for himself, he played a Paladin, which is hard to believe he sucked.
Right.
And then yeah, he got me like a couple sets for the Druid too.
Okay, cool, man. Well, now that we have the third Diablo out, and now we have 3 Diablo games, like, for someone who has not played any of the games in the series, would you still recommend Diablo 2?
Yes and no. No, if you want to be social. But if you want to be social, I wouldn't recommend Diablo 3 either, because It's not really... It's there, you can easily do it, like, you can have a clan. It's not even a guild, it's weird.
Right.
And you can play with other people, but unless you're only playing with people you already know, it's hard to, like, make friends in Diablo. It's not really set up that way.
Yeah, I know.
It's not really set up, so it's kind of like if you're looking for that experience, you're gonna have to search really hard on Diablo 2 because the player base has gone down a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
The player base has gone down. But do I recommend it? Yeah. Go and play it.
I totally recommend it.
There's a lot of... Diablo 3 made a lot of improvements over Diablo 2, and I'm not a fan.
Alright.
I mean, I still play Diablo 3, but Diablo 2 is just a better game.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah, I would definitely recommend Diablo 2 for anyone who wants to start playing Diablo, because I think the first one is a bit too hard, and the third one is a little geared more towards beginners, but I would say 2 is the most balanced out of the 3.
That's the thing, though. You could play Diablo 2 on the first difficulty setting, have a good time, play the game, go back and forth, get gear. And you can even play it in the second one, but once you get into like the end game, like that's when the game got really difficult.
Right, yeah.
That's when the game was just like, okay, your class is not viable. You know, your little druid that you made your own little spec for, or you think you're so cool. You know, no, it's not gonna cut it. You're gonna get slapped down.
Exactly. Yeah, so anyways, you can still buy Diablo 2 from the Blizzard store. You can tie it to your Battle.net account. It's really, really cheap, and you can also get the expansion with it too.
You can go like Walmart and buy the battle chest.
Yeah, there you go too. You can also go that route. So anyways, that wraps up this episode of Awesome Video Game Memories about Diablo 2. I'm Ryan.
Damian.
So if you have a game that you would like for us to talk about here on Awesome Video Game Memories, make sure to leave those in the comments below. Take care.